You were born in the wreckage of the Japanese economic bubble. The year is 1995. The country is waking up with a hangover it can't shake, and your family is part of the debris. Your father was a salaryman who believed the company was his family. When the company folded, he didn't just lose his job, he lost his identity. He stepped in front of a subway train during rush hour. The train was delayed for 12 minutes. That was his legacy, a minor inconvenience to commuters on the Chuo line. You learn lesson 1. The system doesn't mourn you, it just mops you up. By 19, you're not looking for a career, you're looking for velocity. You work as a mechanic in a garage in Roppongi that fixes luxury cars that don't officially exist. You have a talent. You can listen to an engine and hear its heartbeat. You can drive a Skyline through a needle's eye at 140 kilometers per hour. But talent without leverage is just cheap labor. You owe money, gambling, pachinko parlors are neon traps, and you walked right in. The debt is 3 million yen. To a bank, that's a rounding error. To you, it's a death sentence. The sharks come for you on a Tuesday. 3 men in tracksuits. They don't want the money, they know you don't have it. They want an example. They drag you into the back of the garage. They break your fingers first, the index, then the middle. They want to make sure you never hold a wrench again. You're on the concrete, tasting oil and blood, waiting for the end. That's when the sedan pulls up. A black Toyota Century, V12 engine, wool seats. The car of prime ministers and monsters. The rear window rolls down, smoke drifts out, a voice speaks. Quiet, heavy. Stop. The sharks freeze. They know the car. Everyone knows the car. An old man steps out. He's small, wears a suit that costs more than your life, and walks with a cane. This is Kudokai, the old guard. He looks at your broken hands. He looks at the engine you were rebuilding. You fixed the transmission on my Mercedes, he says. You nod, barely conscious. It runs smooth now, he adds. He pays your debt on the spot. Cash, throws the stack at the sharks and tells them to leave. They bow so low their heads almost touch the grease stains. You think you've been saved. You haven't. You've just been acquired. Your new life begins at the hospital. Private room, best surgeons. They wire your hands back together. When you wake up, a man is sitting in the corner. His name is Kenji. He's the Aniki, big brother. He tells you the terms. The debt is gone, but your life belongs to the Kudo family now. You are not a mechanic anymore. You are a driver. The Oyabun, the old man, likes a smooth ride. You don't ask about salary. You don't ask about hours. You put on the black suit. You shave your head. You show up. Phase 1 is the test. You drive the Oyabun to meetings, tea houses in Kyoto, skyscrapers in Shinjuku, warehouses near the docks. You see things, bags of cash moving from trunk to trunk, politicians bowing to gangsters, police captains accepting gifts wrapped in silk. You learn the geography of power. It's not about laws. It's about favors. You learn to be furniture. You see everything, hear everything, and say nothing. The rearview mirror is your cinema screen. You watch the city rot from the inside out, and you realize you're finally part of the decay. 6 months in, the test gets real. A rival faction, the Yamaguchi Gumi, tries to make a play. You're at a stoplight in Akasaka. 2 motorcycles pull up, visors down, Uzis out. Most drivers would panic. They'd floor it, crash into traffic. You don't. You calculate. You throw the Sentry into reverse, spinning the wheel. You use the heavy rear end of the car as a battering ram. You crush the first bike against a guardrail. The second shooter panics, fires wild. You spin the car 180 degrees, J-turn, and accelerate into the gap. Smooth, controlled. The Oyabun doesn't even spill his tea. He looks at you in the mirror, nods once. That nod is your promotion. You are invited to the tatami room, the Sakazuki ritual. The air smells of incense and tension. You kneel opposite Kenji. The Oyabun sits at the head. The cup of sake is exchanged. You drink. The bond is sealed. You are no longer a civilian. You are Yakuza, Gokudo, the extreme path. You belong to a lineage that goes back 300 years. Or so they tell you. It feels like honor. It feels like family. It's actually just a corporate merger, and you are the junior associate. The ink comes next. Irezumi, you go to a master in a basement in Asakusa. No electric guns, just wood and needles, Tabori style. You choose a dragon coiling around your arm, gripping a pearl. It takes 40 hours over 3 months. The pain is blinding. You don't scream. Screaming is for civilians. The fever hits you at night, your skin burning as the ink settles into your soul. When it heals, you look in the mirror and you don't see the mechanic who owed money. You see a warrior, a demon. The tattoo is your armor. By 25, you're running the transportation logistics for the clan. You're not just driving, you're managing a fleet, stolen luxury cars exported to Russia, heavy machinery shipped to construction sites that act as fronts for money laundering. You wear Italian suits, you drink Hibiki 30 year, you have a mistress in Ginza who thinks you import textiles. You send money to your mother, but you never visit. What would you say? Hey mom, I'm a professional criminal now. You tell yourself you're providing. You tell yourself this is better than the suicide train. But the game is changing. The year is 2005. The government passes the Bataiho, the anti-organized crime laws. The noose tightens. Banks stop opening accounts for anyone with tattoos. You can't rent an apartment. You can't play golf. You can't even get a cell phone contract. The police aren't fighting you with guns anymore. They're fighting you with paperwork. The Oyabun is old. He doesn't understand. He thinks respect still pays the bills. It doesn't. The younger guys are getting restless. They want to sell drugs. They want to run phone scams on the elderly. The code of chivalry is dead. It's just capitalism now, and the margins are shrinking. The fall happens on a rainy Thursday. Always rain. Kenji Yoraniki screws up. A deal with a Chinese triad goes south. $3 million missing. The Oyabun demands a finger. Yubitsume. But Kenji is weak. He's been skimming off the top, and he knows if he cuts the finger, the investigation won't stop there. He needs a scapegoat. He looks at you, the driver, the loyal dog. He frames you, plants the evidence in your apartment, the missing cash, the burner phones. You're dragged before the Oyabun, the man whose life you saved, the man whose tea you never spilled. You expect him to see the truth. He's the father, right? Fathers know their sons, but you forgot lesson 1. This isn't a family, it's a business. Kenji is a high earner. You are a driver. The math is simple. The Oyabun looks at you with eyes like cold stones. Fix this. He says, you have a choice. You can fight. You can tell the truth. You can try to burn Kenji down. But if you do, they kill you. And probably your mother too, just to be thorough. Or you take the fall. You show the loyalty they preach to you. You kneel. You place your left hand on the cloth. You take the tanto knife. You don't hesitate. You slice the pinky at the joint. The pain is sharp, electric, then dull. You wrap the tip in silk. You offer it. I am sorry for my failure. You say, the lie tastes like ash. But a finger isn't enough for $3 million. The police are already at the door. The clan tipped them off. It's part of the deal. You go to prison. Fuchu prison. 7 years. Hard time. You keep your mouth shut. You do your time like a soldier. You think the clan will be waiting when you get out. You think there's a reward for taking the bullet. You fantasize about the welcome back party, the promotion, the respect. You get out in 2012. The world has moved on. Smartphones are everywhere. The cars are quiet hybrids. You walk to the clan headquarters. The building is gone. It's a Starbucks now. You make a few calls. You find a contact. You meet Kenji in a dive bar. He looks different, fat, tired. He tells you the Kudo family dissolved, merged with a bigger syndicate. The Oyabun died 2 years ago. Stroke. And you're a liability. You're a ghost from a dead era. Here, Kenji says. He slides an envelope across the table. It contains 50,000 yen, about $500. Good luck. 7 years of silence, a missing finger, a body covered in ink that marks you as a criminal forever, all for $500 and a warm beer. You realize then that the tattoo isn't armor. It's a brand, like cattle. You walk out into the Shinjuku night. The neon lights blur in the rain. You see a black sedan pull up to the curb. A young kid hops out to open the door for an old man. The kid looks sharp, hungry, proud of his suit. You want to grab him. You want to shake him and scream. You want to tell him that the car doesn't belong to him. The suit is a costume, and the family is a lie. But you don't, because you know he won't listen. The hunger is too loud. You just pull your collar up to hide the ink, put your 9-fingered hand in your pocket, and walk toward the subway. You're not a gangster. You're not a driver. You're just another piece of debris floating in the gutter of the Tokyo Dream. You stepped in front of the train in your own way, just like your father. You just took the scenic route to get there. That's a wrap for today. The Yakuza myth is just that. A myth. It's a pyramid scheme with knives. If this story hit home, or if you know someone chasing a fast life that leads nowhere, drop a comment below. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more dark dives into the lives you're lucky you didn't live.